And what do we have here? Finally arrived. It's cold. It's cold in Hawaii right now. It's probably 60 some degrees. Anyway, I got the box in as you saw outside. I'm going to go ahead and unbox this thing. See what we got. Okay. Straight from Umarex. Oh, there's my mag. Gauntlet mag. And here it is. That's dangerous. Alright. So here's the box. See what it looks like. I'll adjust the camera in a minute. Mosquito. The gauntlet. Instruction manual. Got, and it says the degassing key. The mag. And a single shot tray. Cool. 22 caliber PCP rifle. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's not that heavy. Everybody's been saying it's heavy. It's not heavy at all. Wow. This is a nice gun. This is a nice gun. Yeah, it's going to need a little work on the trigger's not. Yeah. Could use some lubing or something, but heck yeah. The bottle here. Alright, well, there it is. We're going to test this thing out. I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but we'll give it a test. And looks pretty good. $300 gun. I mean, geez, what do you expect? There's a safety here. That's the safety is on. Okay. Safety is on. And off. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna need a little work. It's not that smooth, but probably buff out. No, it's, yeah, interesting. Look at this straw. There's the barrel. Okay, here's the barrel. And let's see what the shroud looks like here. Pretty strong spring in there. See what the baffles look like. Yeah, right there. I'll knock it out later, but yeah. Yeah, looks like probably need a little TLC, but nothing major. Alright, well, I'm going to scope this thing up. Maybe tonight, and we'll see how she fares. Okay. Mess with this, take this off, put some air in it, and give her a go. Cool. Pretty stoked. Alright. Fill her up. Yes, I fill. Let's see here. Alright, filled her up. Alright, so we're close to it. I'll just pull the trigger right now and see how loud she is. Not too bad. Alright, got another package in. Been a bit under the weather, so I let it sit on the counter for a while this afternoon. So we'll see what we got here. And we have here. Take this out. Well, here it is. We got a Hawke Vantage. It's a 3x9x50. I have a 4x16x50 on my Ace. And I really like it. So yes, I'm glad I got these high rings here. Because I have another Hawke scope that I've been saving for my good gun. Alright, I'm gonna go over really quickly. I'm no expert on this, but I like to do this when I set up my guns. want to show you how there's a couple of ways you can optically center a scope, and there's one way that's quite time consuming. I just use a scope box. It already has a cutout here. And what you want to do is look through your eyepiece here. Of course, adjust your reticle first. That's the first thing, so it's clear with this knob right here. And then you want to back off your magnification to the minimum, just like that. Okay. I apologize. I've got a cold, and that's why I haven't gotten this gauntlet set up yet, because I just have no energy. But I'm going to try to shoot it today. I'm going to be really stoked since I've been waiting on this thing forever. Anyway, this way, what you can do it a couple of ways. You can set up a target about 20 yards away, look through your scope, and just turn it. And you'll notice your crosshairs will, if it's out of center, the center of the crosshairs will probably go in a circle. So what you want to do is set up a target about 20 yards away, try to put a dot on that, your crosshairs on a dot on the target, which is pretty tricky to do, but because you don't have a, you'll have to adjust your your holding mechanism here, box, up or down or sideways. But anyway, once you get that, and you turn your scope, and then you'll adjust your adjust your turrets likewise. And it takes a long time to do it this way. Another way you can do it is alright, what you want to do is set your your magnification to the minimum, and set your parallax to infinity. So let's see, we go to, that's 10 yards, so we'll go all the way around to infinity. Now you simply look through your scope and see if you have a shadow, if you see two reticles. Now this is it's pretty darn close, so I'm going to go left a couple of clicks. So what you're trying to do is line up the two reticles that you see. That helps. There will be a shadowed one, as I referred to earlier, and your reticle that you're looking at through your eye. So you just want to line those up and get them on top of each other. And then we'll take this one, move it. That is, if you even have that problem. Hawke scopes come from the factory, evidently optically centered, and this one was really close, to tell you the truth. Alright, that's all there is to it. Now, there's another method that you can use to what's called counting clicks, and if you're in the field, and there's plenty of YouTube videos on how to do this. Again, I'm no expert, but I've just learned as I've gotten more and more into the air gunning sport, and I should have just left those off because I might have to readjust it. But anyway, so I'm happy with that. Then I can go ahead and mount it, and then maybe I can get some shots today, hopefully. Hopefully. Okay, now so I like to just loosely fit all this stuff, just enough, just kind of finger tighten it. Um, and so I can move things around if I need to, which I will. Again, these are the high mounts. This is a 50mm objective on the Gauntlet straight onto the dovetail rail. Okay, so now so what I'll do now is set up the eye relief. I'm going to try to do this down here. We'll do that. I think I can do this here. Well, I don't know if you can see it or not, but first of all, you want to center it. And then we got to come back. So now you got two adjustments. Of course, you can bring this one all the way back to where the mag comes in, and here's what I'll do right now. I think this is the Marauder mag. Where is it? Okay. Oh, speaking of which, speaking of mags, this is a 22 caliber Marauder pistol, and they're different diameters, so they won't fit in here. They're also just a little bit bigger, so I don't think they will fit in here either. And this is going to go, oops, all the way back. And yeah, as you can see, it won't fit in here. It's too big. So this will. This is this is the Umarex ones. This is the one I got with a gun here, and from what I understand, these are the exact same as, or maybe not exact, but they're same as the Marauder magazines. Of course, these are 25 calibers, and there's no way those are going to fit in there. But okay, so that's snapped in. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up my eye relief, and basically what you do is just move your scope back and forth so you can see the crosshairs easily. And with this one, I'm going to move it just a tad and just barely secure this here for right now, so I can move these back and forth like so. Alright, I'll do that right now. So I don't know if it's going to be on camera. Maybe we can sit down and do it. Okay. That's a pretty good sight picture just right there. Wow. Okay. The other thing you want to do is make sure your crosshairs are perpendicular. Whoa, shit. Perpendicular to the gun. And for me, that looks good right there. Okay, I'm happy with that. So what we'll do is just go ahead and tighten it down. And just ever so slightly on these. You want to go in a crisscross pattern, kind of like a drum head. If you're a drummer, it used to be. Or just like a torquing down a head on a cylinder head on a car. Same principle. Well, that's why this thing comes in really handy here. I'm going to show you a little bit. Basically, I made it out of a bookshelf. This is a bookshelf, and I welded up these frames out of an old bed frame. The only thing I had to buy was these. You zoom in. Let's see if you can see that right there. Those things, which are, it's just a 1/2 inch square metal. And so then I just welded them up, and I can move these up and down, whichever gun I'm working on. Seems to work pretty well. But the good thing about it is, when you drop something like I just did, you don't have to search for it. It won't fall out of these rails. So it makes it a lot easier when you're working on stuff with little parts. Like that. So anyway. Go ahead and just barely tighten these things here. The first round. And then I'll recheck my zero. I mean my recheck my crosshairs. I just eyeball it. I don't use a level or anything like that. I mean, this gun is going to be a backyard plinker. You know, I'm not a field target or paper target shooter. I'm a hunter, so as long as I get it close. And this thing is not really going to be used for anything but just pretty much target shooting in the backyard. I don't plan to hunt it. What I got my other hunting rifles, my big bores. And okay, so now those are just snug. What I like to do is snug it up like this first. And then we'll go here and oops, here and here and here and here, and basically just a crisscross pattern. I like to do the front ones just to kind of get it leveled if I can. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. That's just me. Alright, there we go. Eye relief set. We've got the scope optically centered. The other thing I wanted to do is let's turn this around, and maybe we can show you how to set up this cheek piece. Now, in order to use this cheek piece, you've got to loosen this sling stud here. So otherwise it's locked. You can't move it. So there's that. Let's see how far we have to do it. Oh, there's my magnet. Caught that. Okay, that seems like it's good enough. Now, what I'll do is set the. What I'm going to do is set this up here. It's a little more padded. Set my cheek piece so. Okay, that's up. Okay. me, that's pretty good cheek weld right there. I like to go right on my bottom teeth in both well, bow hunting's kind of the same deal. So anyway, we'll go ahead and tighten this back down. Hopefully that'll fit. Nope. Where's that other Allen wrench? I think you can use this. I'll just show this while we're doing this. This degassing tool right here. This is your degasser, but you can take off the end of this, just like that, and use that for your to tighten it or loosen your. Just like that. I think, maybe. Okay. I think that's good. It's not going to move. Alright, there's that. And we'll put this back here. Alright. Now let's load up some mags. I'm going to use the Crossman Premiers here. And we'll go ahead and load up a mag for you. That's a nice looking gun. Huh? Pretty happy with it. Yeah, kind of kicking myself. I bought one of these excuse me, I bought one of these mags for my or a 10 round mag, thinking it would fit my P-rod, and it didn't, so I think I paid $16 for it or something, and then I had it sitting around, and GTA member somehow we got on the, or I posted it on the bargain gate or something, I don't know, I mean on the I posted it on the classifieds gate on GTA, and he bought it. I think I made $5 back after shipping, but wish I would have kept that now. So anyway, we've got 10 rounds in here, and we'll go ahead and put her back in. Safety's on, as you can see. It's not loaded yet. Now, jeez, I'm aired up. I'm ready to shoot. I'm not sure if I'm going to chronograph it or just go shoot it. Actually, what I will do is I will remove the shroud. In fact, I'll do that right now. Again, I think we saw this in the unboxing portion, but take this off. Whoa, there we go. And we'll go ahead and put a excuse me, laser bore sighter in it, and if I can remember where I put that, we'll go ahead and laser sight this in on a target outside. No, I'll go ahead and videotape that. I've got to find my oh yeah, I know where it is. Okay, too many things. Alright, found some batteries. Alright, let's see here now. If we got any. Yes, alright, we have light. Hey. Okay, good. Well, let's find. Ooh. Okay, so now that's how that works. Alright, you have these little little things that go in the barrel that they actually kind of spread out like an anchor bolt when you screw it into the tapered end of this, and then your cone tapered end fits in the barrel, and then you just simply turn on your light and you've got a fairly accurate laser point on target, and you can get your scope really close that way. That's the fastest way I find to do it. Or sometimes it's just as fast just to shoot at the target and see where you are, but just depends.